Elvis Presley enters USA charts for the very first time with Heartbreak Hotel. Norma Jean Mortensen changes her name to Marilyn Monroe. The year is 1956, and this was top-level offering over at Buick. Let me introduce you to the Roadmaster four-door hardtop Riviera. But before getting into all of it, I'm Jay. Welcome to What It's Like, the automotive channel that talks about the history, specs, designs. I love showing the details that never get seen on these cars that were machines. If that sounds of interest, a channel that you'll totally dig, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. Buick was broken down into 4 lines or a series. In the basement was the Special Series, followed by the Super, Century, Roadmaster was at the top. Riviera was just fancy speak for their hardtop offerings. Wagons could be had in Special and in Super. 1956 Buick Roadmaster could be had as a 2-door convertible, 4-door sedan, 2-door hardtop, and 4-door hardtop. Buick would offer the Roadmaster from 1936 through 1942. World War II happened. All automotive production was halted for war production, picked up in 46 through 58. They took a bit of a long break and would come back in 1991 through 1996. Offered in 8 generations. 1956 falls in the 6th generation, which was produced in 1954, 55, and 56. Standard Roadmaster equipment included but not limited to deluxe wheel covers, variable pitch Dynaflow transmission, power steering, power brakes, windshield washer, foam cushioned seats, foam backed carpets, electric clock, parking brake signaling release light, perimeter heating system, glare proof rear view mirror. Some options, not getting into all of the options, but here are a few: rear seat speakers, seat belts, sonomatic radio, electric antenna, spotlight, and air conditioning. 1956 saw a redesign / facelift. Facelift is probably a better term. So let's compare 55 on top, 56 on the bottom, starting in the front. Pretend the car on top is a 4-door hardtop. Front fascia, grills, bumpers, hoods, hood ornaments, turn signal location, headlights, and headlight bezels are completely different. Side note, 55 was the first year for Buick to offer a 4-door hardtop, which came mid-year for Special and Century. Wasn't available in Roadmaster trim. Both have the wraparound windshields as well as that cowl vent that the windshield wipers are attached to. Moving to the side profile, the car on top is a Century. Trim between these two are different. Also, vent windows are different shapes. Gas filler is in different locations. Moving to the rear glass appears to be different, slightly larger on the 56. Trim, bumpers, taillights, all different. Jumping inside to take a quick gander at the dash and interior situation, which are different. Which one do you like better? Let's talk specs. 213.6 inches long, 80 inches wide. It rides a wheelbase of 127 inches. It weighs 4,360 pounds. Price, $3,690, which is equivalent to you spending $40,280.88 in the year 2024. Total 1956 Buick production was 572,024 units, of which 53,418 were Roadmaster, and of that number, 24,000, so almost half, 24,770 were 4-door hardtop variety. Moving on to engine, which there was only one engine available for this car, 322 cubic inch displacement overhead valve V8 5.3 liters. It was good for 225 horsepower at 4,400 RPM, 341 pound-feet, or 462 newton meters at around 2,400 RPM. With a bore of 4 inches and a stroke of 3.2 inches, compression was 8.9 to 1. 5 main bearings built of cast iron. When backed with the only transmission available, the variable pitch Dynaflow, 0 to 60 could be had in 11.2 seconds with a theoretical top speed of 114 miles per hour while achieving an average 11.4 miles to the gallon.
This is the step beyond success. The step of a man who has arrived at the top and doesn't have to prove a thing. The step of a man who relies on his own judgment and isn't swayed by any standard but true worth. This is the man who chooses a 1956 Buick Roadmaster because he likes it best. This man knows fine cars. He has tried them all and has decided for himself that no other car can offer the luxuries he naturally expects, plus all the advantages of Buick engineering, Buick performance, Buick ride. Any man who can appreciate the fine points of a car feels right at home in a Roadmaster. He instantly recognizes that here, in addition to a full complement of comforts, are all the tested and proved qualities of the successful Buick line. Exclusive qualities brought to their peak of perfection in a 56 Roadmaster. He knows this is the cream of the crop, the custom-built master car that begins with famous Buick attributes, then climbs to a class all its own. For example, only in a Buick can he command the instant response of new variable pitch Dynaflow, the most modern transmission available in any car. Only in a Buick can he obtain the infinite smoothness with which new variable pitch Dynaflow delivers that extra burst of power. It is possible to pay more for a car if you feel that you have to. But if you are one of the people who can afford to be selective, who can choose simply on a best-of-breed basis, make it a point to be introduced to the 1956 Roadmaster. Your Buick dealer will gladly do the honors.
If you're in the market for a 1956 Buick Roadmaster 4-door hardtop Riviera, I know a place that has one for sale. Classic Auto Mall, Morgantown, Pennsylvania. They have over 1,000 cars for sale when recording this episode. Anybody can go and peruse their inventory for hours of operations, directions, and to get the scoop on this 56 Buick. Be sure to click the link below after the show. Let's talk styling. Look at these gun sights. Those are really cool on top of the fenders. And then just look at these. Notice the bezels are painted body color, but the tops here are stainless. Also notice the headlight recesses back inside here with an ever so slight hood. Turn signals right here. And just look at how they are designed. I love this line that comes off of this light. It tapers back into the body as it goes back towards the vanity ports. Bumper section here, it's like two-tiered. Protrudes here. Negative space protrudes here. Another line. Fine tooth grill. 1956 Roadmaster. Also, just look at all this sculpting down here. The wheel wells are rolled behind. Look at this bright work here. Vanity ports. This one has 4. So look at how smooth the body profile is. This car does not have rocker molding. The hood profile is super smooth aside from this line here. And there's another one that mimics it on the other side. Hood ornament with fake scoop. This one has a cowl vent. Also notice where the windshield wipers are mounted. At the top of this piece, it comes up from the cowl vent. This one has suicide wipers or opposing wipers. The mirrors are mounted here on the door. Look at all the stainless. This car does have drip rails that run the length of the car. And this back glass that wraps around all of the different trim. The deck lid is pretty smooth as well with these trim pieces that come down. Roadmaster nice and proud there in the center, spelled out. But this car's piece de resistance is these lights here. The boomerang tail lights. So look at how these bumpers are designed. Notice the exhaust comes out the bottom of the exhaust. This door has a lot of heft to it. So look at all of the different materials going on, as well as different colors with this door panel. Armrest as well as door handle to pull the door shut. This is the door handle to get out. Window crank for the vent window. Operates like this. Also notice these windows are tinted, which was an option. This one has electric windows, which the battery's not hooked up. Coming down inside the pedal box down here. Emergency brake and or parking brake. High beam switch back here. Brake pedal, gas pedal. Vent for floor vent. This one's for the left floor vent. This one's for the right floor vent. It opens up a vent in the footwell. It works like a cowl vent. Take a gander at this interior. Here is what over the hood looks like. Here is what first person over the hood would look like. On to the button switches and knobs, starting on the left and moving right. Brake release, brake light. If this light is on, it tells you that the brake, parking brake, is engaged. Windshield wipers with wash feature in center. Headlights, left turn signal indicator, amp meter, coolant temperature, high beam indicator, speedometer, odometer, and trip. Oil pressure, gasoline gauge, right turn signal indicator, lighter, drive modes read, park, neutral, drive, low, reverse. Key, starter is on the gas pedal. Radio, defrost / ventilation fan controls, as well as AC controls, clock. Up above, you do have sun visors. They're a bit on the big side. Rear view mirror with daytime, nighttime feature here. Another sun visor over here for the passenger. And that's what that would look like. On to the glove box test. Here is our test subject. Here is my hand for reference. Here is the glove box in question. Look at that. It fits in there. And it shuts, no problem at all. Just look at how this door opens. Notice it goes underneath the roof. This door also has a lot of heft to it. And the door panel designs mimic the front door. Just look at all of the different colors. This vinyl. Armrest as well as door handle to pull the door shut. Door handle to get out. Window switch for the window. Take a gander of how much space is back here. Also notice you just step into this car. It doesn't dip down, it doesn't step up. You just step in. Also check out how small drivetrain tunnel is. This car has a robe rail on the seat back in front, as well as an ashtray right here. And lighter inside here as well. Here is what the front looks like from the back. Let's take a quick gander at the greenhouse or the pillar to glass ratio. It's really nice in this car. And that's what visibility looks like out the back from the back seat. Once again, really nice wraparound back glass. This car has air conditioning. That's what that is. Blows from the back. Let's talk creature comforts. The seat back does recline a little bit, does bulge out here in the middle, and the seat back doesn't dip down that far, and it's not that wide. It's like, it's about average size. There's tons of room in this car. My knee situation from my knee to the back of the seat on both sides. Very spacious. This one has an armrest. Works like that. Just look at all of the bright work in this car. You have all the bright ribs. This car doesn't have any dome lights, but the lights are up above on both sides. There are coat hooks. There's one there. There's one over there. The bright work continues around the rear glass. It's a really nice car, this. Taking a quick gander under the hood, just wow, look at how clean it is under here. And this one has a lot of goodies like power brakes, windshield washer feature, power steering, 12-volt electrical system, oil bath air cleaner. As mentioned earlier, this one has air conditioning, but it's been aftermarket. Generator. On the positive side, absolutely gorgeous car, and chrome isn't overdone. Spacious both front and rear, great greenhouse, performance, full instrumentation, camera fits in the glove box. Against it, big car, can be thirsty, but the biggest downfall of all is the Dynaflow transmission. All right, now it's time for Would You Rather. 3 scenarios today. In the first scenario, would you rather have 1956 Chrysler New Yorker or 1956 Buick Roadmaster or 1956 Mercury Montclair? I'm going to leave this here for a minute. If you need more time, feel free. Pause the video. Moving on to the second scenario, 1956 Oldsmobile 98 or 1956 Buick Roadmaster or 1956 Hudson Hornet. Once again, going to leave this here for a minute. If you need more time, feel free. Pause the video. On to the final scenario, 1956 DeSoto Adventurer or 1956 Buick Roadmaster or 1956 Studebaker Golden Hawk. Once again, going to leave this here for a minute. If you need more time, feel free, pause the video. Now it's time for Name That Tune. First person to get both the name of the band and the song title correctly in the comment section will have their comment pinned to the top of it. If you'd like to get in touch with me, shoot me a comment in the comment section below or check out our Facebook group that correlates with this YouTube channel. If you don't have Facebook and would still like to reach me, send me an email. All of that information will be linked in the description below. Just know I appreciate everything that you guys bring in the comment section. Until next time, toodaloo!
Hey, I want to do the toodaloo.